So Deion Sanders, Shador Sanders, the white-owned NFL have a message for you. Shut your little black mouth. Take your seat in the back of the bus, or AKA the draft. And when we call you, if we call you, you will jump up for joy, do a little dance, sing a little song, and then maybe we'll allow you to be a backup quarterback somewhere in the NFL, and we'll throw some peanuts to you. At least that's the narrative that is going around right now, that it is a NFL white-owned racist conspiracy to keep Shador Sanders and his father Deion at bay and teach them a lesson, because only white fathers of white quarterbacks get to dictate where their son goes. I, for one, think that that's pretty laughable, and we're going to get into it today as to what is going on with Shador Sanders falling out of the rounds 1, 2, and 3, and now going into the 4th round of the NFL draft here shortly, as well as what the Raiders have done yesterday, and obviously day 1 with Ashton Jeanty, who I've been saying the Raiders were very high on according to my sources, and it was very likely that even if Shador Sanders was there, that according to my sources, they would pass on Shedeur and they would take Ashton Jeanty. I've said it like a million times now, despite all of the doubters in the comments. I know most of you got my back, but there are like 10 guys who just go in there, you don't have no source, you're full of crap. If Shador Sanders is there, they're taking Shedeur. Everybody knows that. Well, I guess my source was right. So anyway, we're going to talk about all of that and more in today's episode of the Raider D podcast. Hello, I am Mike Dean, the host of the podcast, aka Raider D. Happy to have you here. And if you're brand new or you've watched me several times and you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a thing. And like this video, comment down below as well, because I love reading the comments, even the ones that are digs at me. I just find them hilarious. Shador Sanders, Deion Sanders, prime time, the guy who is flash, lights, and glitter. The guy who draws a lot of attention, and now his son is doing the same thing, Mr. Rolex himself. Is it a conspiracy? Is it a racist conspiracy to teach the famous black father and the now famous young quarterback, black quarterback Shador Sanders, a lesson that, they should just be happy to even earn a paycheck in the NFL. And there's, it's a white-owned dominated thing. Well, yes, it is a white-owned dominated league. There's no doubt about that. But let's be honest, I have to just say I think it's quite laughable that there is some grand conspiracy amongst 32 teams to keep Shador Sanders, the best quarterback in the draft, out of the first 3 rounds. Like, they're going to just like give up on like a prospect like that who is the best one in the draft, according to, some talking heads on mainstream media and YouTube, social media as well, that they're just going to pass up on him just because he's flashy and he's black. No, I don't believe that at all. I think what it is, and I've been saying this, guys, that according to the people that I talk to, at least with the Raiders, and if the Raiders are saying this, I'm sure other teams are as well, that despite Mark Davis loving Shador Sanders and Mark Davis wanting Shador Sanders, once John Spytek and Pete Carroll went and got Geno Smith, it was a done deal. It was decided. They're not drafting a quarterback in the first round. That's just stupid. You're trying to win now. So you need to add to this team players who are going to have an immediate impact. And if you draft a quarterback after signing Geno Smith to a 2-year contract extension, at least making him your quarterback for the next 3 years, then you're basically saying you don't believe in Geno Smith, so why did you even get him? And not to mention the fact that the scouting room in the Las Vegas Raiders were deeply opposed to drafting Shador Sanders in the first round, if at all, because they don't believe that he is a premier quarterback in the NFL. Yes, he had a 74% completion rating. Yes, he threw some good touchdowns. He had like 38 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. It was a school record. Good. Great for him. He threw a bunch of yards. Good. Great for him. Here's the problem. his ceiling is pretty much capped at what you've seen in college is pretty much it. He's not going to get any better than where he's at, according to professional scouts. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not saying that's the case, but that's how the scouting departments are feeling about Shador Sanders. And so once a player starts to fall, it becomes like a domino effect, right? And so once Shedeur fell out of the first round and then fell out of the second round, and teams like the New York Giants passed on him, even though they need a quarterback, even though teams like the Las Vegas Raiders, the New Orleans Saints, all passed on him, it was a free fall. And so now you're going to probably see him picked. My guess is he'll be picked in the 4th round today, along with guys like Will Howard and Rourke. Rourke might be 5th or 6th round. But Riley Leonard, these guys are all going to be in between the 4th and the 5th round today. I don't expect any of these quarterbacks to be undrafted free agents by the end of today. I just don't see that happening. I think what it is all the talking heads and the hype around Shador Sanders was just that. It was talking heads and hype because it gets clicks. I've made videos on Shador Sanders. It got a lot of clicks. It got a lot of views. And so if, I'm doing it as a small YouTuber, what do you think ESPN and Fox Sports and CBS Sports and all of these guys, Pat McAfee, of course they're talking about this stuff because people want to know, because it's Deion Sanders' son. But did that make Deion Sanders' son any good? Well, no. He's not the best quarterback in this draft class. Clearly, Cam Ward, as I've been saying, is the only quarterback, in my opinion, that should have been drafted in the 1st round this year. Looking at all the different quarterbacks, everybody else is 2nd round, 3rd round, 4th round, 5th round type of a quarterback. And outside of that, listen, Jackson Dart, I don't even think that he's a 1st round quarterback. I just don't. I think he's a late 2nd, early 3rd round quarterback. But we'll see what happens with him. I was obviously wrong about Bo Nix last year. I didn't think that he was a 1st round quarterback, and I honestly didn't think he would be very good with Denver whatsoever, and he helped get him to the playoffs. So I don't know everything about what I'm talking about. But I know this. Shador Sanders, according to the people that I talked to, it was not a racial conspiracy amongst the entire 32 teams in the NFL and Roger Goodell. There wasn't some grand, hidden meeting in the bottom of a dungeon where they got tiki torches and they're all wearing robes and they're all deciding that they're going to ruin Shador Sanders. The scouting departments just don't believe that Shador Sanders is a 1st round or a 2nd round or even a 3rd round quarterback. They think he's a backup quarterback. They think he's a 3rd string quarterback. But scouting departments have been wrong in the past. They're quite often wrong because nobody knows the future but God. And so Shador Sanders probably going to get drafted today in the 4th round, maybe the 5th round at the latest, in my opinion. I think that's a great value for him. I think, in fact, the Raiders have the 6th pick in the 4th round today. I think it would be smart for the Raiders to go ahead and grab the kid now. I think you're getting a great value. Shador Sanders, 4th round draft pick? Okay. That sounds good to me. I'm with that because I think he is an upgrade over Aiden O'Connell. Not by much, but I think he is an upgrade over Aiden O'Connell. And so I would be happy with the Raiders if they went ahead and used this 4th round draft pick on the kid today. We've got a couple 4th round draft picks. Let's go ahead and just spend one on a quarterback. And let's just see if Shador Sanders can actually turn into that future franchise quarterback. If not, you wasted a 4th round draft pick. It's not that big of a deal. It's not the end of the world. Now, we also went and, we drafted yesterday a couple offensive linemen, an offensive tackle, and offensive guard. So those positions have now been solidified. We got a kid, a wide receiver, Beck, who is a great possession wide receiver. I think he's going to have a fantastic career with the Las Vegas Raiders. He went through some personal tragedy with his brother, which is really sad, and in New Orleans with some stuff that happened down there. So this kid is motivated. He has, a great possession receiver. So now we've got 2 guys who can just catch everything that's thrown to them in Beck, and then also Jacoby Myers. So, yeah, we got some weapons now, and I'm pretty excited. Also, I love the fact that, our GM was smart yesterday, and he traded back not once but twice in the second round in order to get us more talent, because that's what we need. We're going to have a large rookie class this year, because don't forget, we still have undrafted free agents that we're going to pick up once the draft ends today. So those emails are going to be going out. Those phone calls are going to be going out like rapid fire as soon as the draft is over. And so, we could have easily 20 plus, guys on the squad who are rookies. And that's fantastic, because you're going to be able to get to see what these guys are all about. Now, what I want you guys to do is I want you to go and check out my friends over at Box House, because they are really cool. Now, they hooked me up with this 40-foot shipping container over here that we're going to convert into a tiny home out here on the property. We're probably going to add 2 more or add 1 more to the backside of it, so that we had double the width. But they hooked us up with this, and this is the actual containers that their box houses come in, and they can deliver them to you straight to your door. So thank you to my guys over there at Box House. Check them out. Link is down in the description. They are fantastic. If you're looking for a tiny home, an ADU, anything like that, go ahead and give them a call right away. Also, guys, check out Aura.com, our other sponsor. Absolutely fantastic. I love having my digital privacy protected by them. You guys should check it out. 14-day free trial. Doesn't cost you a penny, and they will do a dark web search for you to make sure that your information is not being sold on the dark web. They also got a ton of other features, so go and check them out. And Vtoman Solar. Obviously, you guys heard me talk about them a lot. Absolutely love them. Love you guys. Raider Nation, I will see you after the day 3 of the NFL draft.